Before I gave my life fully to Christ, the night was never neutral to me. Most people think sleep is passive, restful, harmless. But where I came from, the night was strategic. I was taught that when your body sleeps, your defenses lower, your mind stops analyzing, your willpower softens. And that is when spiritual influence becomes easier. Not because you are weak, but because you are unaware. There were rituals built entirely around targeting people while they slept. Not horror movie exaggerations, structured prayers, intentional invocations, assignments released at specific hours. I remember one teaching clearly: if you can't reach them in the day, visit them at night. And here's what shocked me after I left that world. Many believers experience anxiety at night, disturbing dreams, sudden fear before sleep, heaviness around 2 or 3 a.m., and they dismiss it as stress. Sometimes it is stress, but sometimes it is a pattern. After I renounced everything and committed my life to Christ, something strange started happening. The same night hours that once felt empowering suddenly felt confrontational. It was as if what I used to participate in was now trying to test my authority. I would lie down exhausted, but restless. I would wake up at precise hours. Dreams would feel intrusive, not random. That's when I realized something important. If the enemy uses strategy, why would believers approach the night casually? No soldier goes into vulnerable hours without preparation. Yet many Christians scroll their phone until they fall asleep, carry the weight of the day into their dreams, and never spiritually seal the night. What I'm about to share is not superstition. It's not ritual. It's alignment. There is a way to pray before sleep that cancels assignments, shuts down access points, and restores peace. And I learned it the hard way. Night attacks rarely announce themselves dramatically. They're subtle. A sudden wave of anxiety when you turn off the lights. Dreams that leave you drained instead of rested. Waking up feeling like you fought something, but you can't explain what. In the occult world, we understood something many believers overlook. Repetition creates access. If fear visits you at night repeatedly, and you accept it as normal, it becomes easier for it to return. If certain dreams repeat, and you never confront them, they build familiarity. Familiarity lowers resistance. When I first became a believer, I made the mistake of thinking my salvation automatically removed all resistance. I assumed authority meant passivity. It doesn't. Authority must be exercised. The turning point for me came one night around 3 a.m. I woke suddenly with that old, heavy atmosphere I recognized from my past. For a split second, I felt that old intimidation, and then something shifted. Instead of panicking, I prayed, not emotionally, not loudly, but intentionally. And the atmosphere changed, not because of volume, because of alignment. That was the night I realized something powerful. You don't fight night attacks while you're half asleep. and confused. You cancel them before you sleep. Preparation is stronger than reaction. Let me make something clear. This is not a magic formula. It's not about repeating certain words like a spell. It's about covering specific areas intentionally. Before you sleep, you need to do three things. First, surrender the day. Unresolved emotions create openings: bitterness, anger, anxiety. If you carry mental noise into sleep, your dreams will amplify it. So I pray something simple. Lord, I release every burden from today. Anything that is not from you, I let it go. Second, declare authority, not arrogance. Authority. I belong to Jesus Christ. My body, my mind, and my spirit are covered. No assignment, no monitoring, no intrusion has permission. You would be shocked how powerful permission is in the spiritual realm. And third, invite peace intentionally. Not just absence of attack, presence of peace. Holy Spirit, govern my dreams. If you speak, let it be clear. If it's not from you, let it be silenced. When I began praying like this consistently, the patterns changed. Not instantly dramatic, but steady. The heaviness reduced. The anxiety lessened. The dreams became calmer. Consistency matters more than intensity. Most believers only pray intensely when something scary happens. They wake from a nightmare and panic, pray. But prevention is stronger than reaction. Another mistake is obsessing over every dream. Not every dream is spiritual warfare. Sometimes your brain is processing stress. But here's the key difference: warfare dreams drain you, neutral dreams don't. If you wake exhausted repeatedly, if fear lingers beyond the dream, if patterns repeat, that's when preparation becomes essential. The night should restore you. God designed sleep for renewal. If the enemy can disrupt your rest consistently, he weakens your clarity during the day. Fatigue makes people reactive. Rest makes people sharp. And the enemy prefers you reactive. That's why sealing the night is strategic. Let me tell you what changed the most. Peace. Not dramatic visions, not mystical encounters. Peace. I stopped fearing 3 a.m. I stopped dreading sleep. Because I understood something deeply. Authority does not expire when you close your eyes. If you belong to Christ, you are not vulnerable prey at night. But alignment matters. Intentional covering matters. And consistency matters. So tonight, before you sleep, don't scroll until exhaustion. Don't collapse into bed carrying anxiety. Pause. Release the day. Declare your identity. Invite the Holy Spirit to govern your rest. And then sleep, not defensively, but confidently. You don't fight from fear. You rest from authority. And when you learn that, night attacks lose their intimidation, because preparation silences what panic cannot. Sleep covered, sleep aligned, sleep in peace. And let restoration, not resistance, define your nights. There is something they never told us in the occult world. We were trained to believe the night belonged to darkness. But that was a lie built on partial understanding. The night is not owned by evil. It is simply quieter, and quiet makes things clearer. After months of intentionally praying before sleep, something unexpected happened. The atmosphere of my nights didn't just become neutral, it became sacred. Instead of waking with anxiety, I began waking with clarity. Instead of disturbing dreams, I sometimes received direction. But here's the difference: there was no fear attached. When something is from God, it carries peace, even if it carries instruction. One night I prayed the same covering prayer I had been praying consistently. Nothing dramatic, just surrender, authority, an invitation for peace. That night I slept deeply. No interruptions, no heaviness. And when I woke up, I realized something powerful. The fear I once associated with nighttime had completely dissolved. It wasn't that attacks were trying harder, it was that access was gone. Consistency had closed the doors. And here is what I want you to understand clearly: the goal is not to become obsessed with spiritual warfare. The goal is to live free from it. When you align yourself before sleep, you are not performing a ritual. You are reinforcing identity. You are reminding the spiritual realm that you belong to Christ. And identity silences intimidation. If you've been experiencing restless nights, repeated fear, or exhausting dreams, don't panic. Don't dramatize it. But don't ignore it either. Be intentional. Pray before you sleep tonight. Release the day. Declare who you belong to. Invite the Holy Spirit to govern your rest. And then let go. The night does not have authority over you. Darkness does not override covenant. And sleep was designed to restore you, not disturb you. When you understand that, you stop bracing for attack. You start expecting peace. And peace is far more powerful than panic.